Trust the process to keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what I'm seeing. You can have it if you dream it. Just be brave and you'll achieve it all. It all. I wanna know if you really want it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear. I wanna know if you really need it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear.
Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. And welcome to another edition of DayTradeSPY.com's introduction to Trading Week in Review. And I'm just watching a lot of people still joining in here as we get all set up. And right. So we're actually broadcasting from somewhere in West Virginia. Okay. And I believe, excuse me, let me see if I start the video so you can see that here I am. A little bit of growth here. I haven't had a chance to shave this morning. So we're driving back from about a month away on vacation from Orlando back to the Buffalo, New York area. And it's a long drive, folks, long drive. And I take you can all hear me all right. Let me know in the questions box. I'm actually working off a laptop here in a hotel room. And all right, just let me know if you can hear me. Everything okay here? Sounds good. Everything's okay. I installed another my regular mic at the last minute here, so just want to make sure you can hear me. Put in the questions box. Okay, good. Thanks for that, Roxanne, and a few others chiming in. All right, cool. All right. Drinking some chamomile tea here, trying to wind down. All right. So what we're going to do here tonight, let me start the recording here. Starting the recording, record on this computer. Here we go. All right, again, welcome to DayTradeSPY.com's introduction to trading and week in review. All right, week in review. So my name is Hugh, the head trader and trainer, and just want to, excuse me while I clear my throat. I've actually been under the weather last couple of days here, trying to, I don't know, trying to get rid of this nasty cough, but it is what it is. So where's the volume on? Here's the volume. I got to bring this volume down again. All right, so I'm waiting for Aaron to show up. He's supposed to be coming up here, and I think he may or may not join us in a little bit. But kind of give him the night off Sunday night. But I can see a lot of people are online. And get to have you. Oh my gosh, you have so many people here. All right, let me just see if some of these people here recognized from oh, I've been talking to a lot of people here, and all right, good to have you all here. Anyway, lots and lots of people. So my name is Hugh, as I mentioned, and I've been doing this a while. I'll give you a little bit of a background later on. So tell me how many, if there's anybody who is new on. If you're new on, put in the questions box. You'll find a little questions box icon on your Zoom dashboard. Click on that. I'm the only one that sees that. And Aaron, if and when he joins us. So go ahead and say whatever you want. And I'm just kind of curious to see how many new people are online here. And if you're new to options, that's another thing I want to see too. And if you are, then we'll go over an options primer. But right now, I think we're probably just going to call it an early night. So I know what you want to do. It's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I know many of you are probably out there celebrating, drinking green beer and all that. But kind of a special day for me. My dad passed away 17 years ago today, just after 11 o'clock in the morning. So it has a different meaning for me, St. Patrick's Day, March the 17th. So anyway, all right. Lots of questions here. Okay. Bob S., you're new here. Okay. Thank you for that. We had green donuts in the office Friday. Thanks for that, Douglas. Do not drink the Mountain Dew. There's West Virginia favorite. You do not need any more crowns. Yeah, okay, it's true. All right. Well, we'll get into some questions a little bit here. All right, let's get going. Let's get going, folks. And where is my PowerPoint? It's funny. I really enjoy working off a desktop. I never knew how much I appreciate that until, of course, I'm working off a laptop in a hotel room. Not exactly studio way where I'm used to. Anyway, this is being recorded, and we're going to move along here. So today is Sunday, March the 17th, 2024. And this is our weekly fireside chat. It's something we do every Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, no matter where we are. All right, no matter where we are, that's what we do. And I think, let me say, just want to make sure you can see my screen. I hope I don't have any issues with internet. I'm going to stop my video, but I'm going to share my screen, and that should be fine. That should work. All right, let's see if you get to see this now. Okay, it should be good. All right. Questions box, use the questions box for any questions or comments. Here, of course, is the standard disclaimer. Excuse me. By attending this webinar, you fully understand and accept the financial risks involving trading securities. The risk of loss can be substantial. You should carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your personal investment objectives and financial resources. By accessing this webinar, you understand that you're not receiving any advice as to what or when to buy or sell, but are simply receiving information for educational purposes only. Any decisions concerning your trade are solely your own and meet your personal objectives and risk tolerances. You're alone responsible for your own trading, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Also, charts if we have any are courtesy of Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, and Tasty Trade. All right. So a bit of an introduction here, folks. Let's move along here. Does that sound like Aaron to me? Good morning, Aaron. Good evening, Aaron. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. How about you?
Not too bad. I was just saying here, I'm actually broadcasting off out of a hotel room here in West Virginia somewhere. Not even really sure where. We just keep driving and driving and driving. And oh my gosh, we're driving and driving. It's a long drive from Florida to Buffalo, New York. And I know the question you're asking, why?
You're transporting all those tons of gold that you've made in the market.
I'll tell you what I'm transporting a lot of.
So St. Patrick's Day with your leprechauns.
Yeah, there you go. Good luck. Good luck for traders with St. Patty's Day here. And I know some people are out having a party, green beer and all that crazy stuff they're doing, I'm sure. But no, we are here. We are true blue to you. That's what we do. And I want to thank you for that. I was just saying here how it's a long drive. So it just came off about a month's vacation in Florida. So we basically moved a lot of computer equipment down there, set it up in our condo down there, and of course our SUV is full of this computer equipment and luggage and clothes and whatnot. So, but it's a long drive home, and I was thinking of flying, but I thought, yeah, no, we're just gonna drive back. And anyway, we're here. I like to see the country by driving. You don't see the country when you fly. When you fly, you just go from airport to airport, city to city. You don't actually see anything. But I was hoping to take more time to do the drive, but it turns out we got a lot of things to do at home, so we kind of got to get home. And anyway, doesn't matter.
Well, you just have to play John Denver's "Country Road, Take Me Home" tomorrow while you're passing through West Virginia.
Yeah, went past Mount Airy and North Carolina, which is the home of Andy Griffith. Excuse me. And I think is it Morgantown? It's the home of Don Knotts. And so, you have this Andy Griffith theme song, going through my mind this for the last 6 hours, driving me crazy.
You just have to make sure that you have good brakes, because I've been up there a few times in West Virginia, and nobody has good brakes up there. It's like, especially the poor people. No offense to those people that live up in the mountains. They have some of my good friends up there, but they always have brake problems up there because they use them so much going up and down the mountains. So always make sure you have a good pair of brakes if you're going through West Virginia.
Well, I didn't really use the brakes too much. I just let the car coast, and of course, when it's hitting about 85 miles an hour, my wife was saying, "You gonna slow down at all?" So, well, let the engine slow down. I don't want to wear out the brakes, but
Yep.
it's all good. It's all good. So, uh, yeah, I think it was a few months ago we passed through. I went to Mount Airy, the home of Andy Griffith, and it's actually a pretty cool place. If you're up that way, check it out. Now, Aaron, I know you're too young to understand and know what that's all about, but excuse me, I'm just clearing my throat here. Anyway, let's get started, folks. And again, the questions box open for your questions and comments. So, my name is Hugh, and my trading experience comes from what I want to call it in the trenches. That's where I picked up most of my trading experience. I get a lot of excuse me, a lot of my trading experience and my life experience. I would say that most of excuse me, most of the things I learned in life that really did me well were on the playground. Don't hit the kid next to you; he might hit your back. It's going to hurt, especially if he's bigger than you. Don't steal, otherwise they won't steal from you, and all those kinds of nice things. But trading, I learned from the trenches. When my own financial advisor blew out half my account, I realized that it shouldn't be that hard to do. My background is with numbers, come from accounting, internal audit, so I knew a little bit about risk and a little bit about numbers and stuff. And I also knew that with the power of the internet, you can actually you've got all the information at your fingertips just as much as anybody else. So I endeavored to learn how to do this myself. Took a lot of courses, but most of the stuff I learned that was value came from the hardcore learning, and that's the stuff that we teach. So we teach you what we do ourselves every day on the stock market, and we do every day on the stock market what we teach you. We don't hold anything back. I believe there's no value in that. I want to see people do well. That's my objective, and I want to see if I can cut the learning curve for you. And if I can do that, then my job will have been accomplished. And I wish I had a Hugh and Aaron back in the day when I learned this. I know I would have saved myself a lot of money, awful lot of money. But I didn't have that luxury. I learned most of my stuff by trial and error, and of course a few things through through courses and stuff. But most of the stuff and pretty well much all the mental aspects of trading I learned through trial and error and just very much analyzing my losses mostly and learning from them. Eventually, I got good at it. And I started making some money, and then people started taking notice, and of course they started pressuring me into showing them. And before I knew it, I was teaching people how to trade options, and they're throwing money at me to do it. And then, of course, there are people trying to throw money at me to trade on their behalf. And I said, well, first of all, I'm not licensed to do that. Secondly, imagine how bad we would both feel if something bad happens and I blow it all or lose it all or whatever. I don't mind losing money. I mean, I don't want to lose money. Let's put it that way. I don't want to lose money, but I really don't want to lose your money. That would really affect me very, very poorly. And I don't want to have those sleepless nights, but I would be very happy to teach you what I do. And of course, trading is an individual process. It's an individual thing. It's not one size fits all. But anyway, that's my story. Started making some money, looking at short-term breakouts, making a little bit of money many times, and just ramping up my account that way. So I started trading and training. I started trading long ago, but I started training officially since 2010. And we have people all around the world tuning into the various programs that we do, and I'll tell you about the programs a little bit. And then the big fortune happened when we got Aaron online about a year and a half ago. And Aaron, I'm going to hang this off to you to show, and you tell them what you do. So, and I think that's really appropriate. And here's a picture of Aaron. All yours, buddy.
Oh, thank you, Hugh. Yeah. I'll try to make it a little bit short and sweet. I know a lot of you are enjoying the weather and sending your kids some holiday St. Patrick's Day candy. You know, those gold coins. These used to make me sick after I thought they were real. That was a problem. Um,
Yeah,
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 I used to
I
get
heard
hand.
about that. I think your mother said something about she got really upset when you swallowed your first time, and she rushed you to the hospital and said, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible. He's going to get sick and die and everything else." And the second time, and then I think by about the fourth or fifth time, I think she's telling you, "Hey, buddy, it's coming out of your allowance now."
Yeah, yeah. Well, at least I could tell that I was full of some common sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. All right.
Well, yeah. So when I got yeah. Oh man. Well, now I got the Midas
Mm.
touch, so anything that we touch here at the trading room turns to gold. But don't you know keep me at that. But we do have a lot of wonderful traders in our trading room that are making money. But anyways, for a little bit about myself, I started learning about the stock market when I was a teenager. I started reading the Wall Street Journal when I was in middle school. I saw it in the middle school library, and I was interested. I was like, what is this Wall Street? What does this mean? Why would there be street on walls? And if you're a little kid and you see a Wall Street Journal, you think all these weird things. What is Wall Street, right? So, um, I ended up reading the Wall Street Journal and looking at the tickers and highlighting the sections and got really interested. And I opened up my first trading account when I was 17. So I started trying to research and understand, these stocks and, penny stocks and, because that's all I could afford at that time. Because all those dimes I swallowed when I was younger. So, so I ended up trading that for a while, and then when the Y2K happened and the market went down, I decided to take a break a little bit because I wasn't making money like I was before. But I came back. I came back into the forex market, and I studied. Excuse me. I studied and learned the forex market and got involved with several different systems. And actually, one of the systems that I looked at was very similar to the system that we use in the trading room. And then I eventually I took all the indicators off and I started looking for patterns in trend lines and support and resistance and Fibonacci, as well as the ABCD pattern, a very common, easy to learn Fibonacci pattern, as well as the Andrews pitchfork. So I studied for and taught myself that and read all the books in technical analysis. I ended up getting the Series 3 exam, which is a futures exam, as well as the 30 and 34. Those are branch manager exams and Forex, retail off Forex exchange exams. And then I worked for a couple different, actually several different firms. And most recently, I worked as before Hugh and before DayTradeSPY and before Eagle, I worked for a CPO, which is a commodity pool operator, who at his height had approximately $150 million under management. So I was an analyst under him, and he was the main trader. And so we dealt with family offices and wealthy individuals and wealthy investors and other things. But I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to know you all and to help you all and to help you all on your way to make profits, as well as to follow the yellow brick road on the land on the way of our land to odds as well as the odds to get those pots of gold and to get those things that we all need. And uh, we also travel to Las Vegas and Orlando for the Money Show and Traders Expo. If some of you are new and don't know us, we talk at both of those venues. Well, I do, and he was as a backup singer. And sorry, more than that. But
Groupie. Roadie, you're the roadie.
exactly. But we really love you guys and we really enjoy working with you. So that's all about me. I have a family and he was actually geographically a little close to me. So um, up in Morgantown, wherever you're at, up in Morgantown, you should be what 6-7 hours away.
Yeah, we're
About
not actually. We're before Morgan. We're going to go to Morgantown, and then another place. I don't know where we are. Honestly, I'd have to find something here.
you might be in Fayetteville.
It's we're about a half an hour south of Morgantown, someplace.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
whatever that is. Anyway, it's a beautiful area. I love the hills. I mean, people are asking me how come you drove instead of flew. It's because we got a ton of stuff. We like to see that, like to take it easy going home and stuff. And honestly, I don't. You know what? As much as I love to fly, I just find it's kind of like just one step over taking a Greyhound bus sometimes. Even in the first class zone. I know going to Las Vegas, I had this whiny, I don't know, I want to say 11, 12-year-old kid. I want my mommy. I want my mommy. And his mother actually came up and asked if I wouldn't mind changing seats with her. So I was in first class up at the front, and she was just behind the curtain, I guess. First class is hardly really, but And I said, no, I think I'm going to stay here. I didn't pay all this money to hand it off to, I didn't say that, but why did you put your kid in here? Why didn't your kid go to the back and you sit up front so you can actually have an intelligent conversation? I couldn't get this kid to talk about anything. He just played with his cell phone the whole time. Anyway, I'm just venting right now. But anyway, some other comments here I just want to mention here. Thank you very much for all those condolences. I was just telling you, I don't know if you're on or not. My dad died 17 years ago today on
Oh yeah, sorry about
Patrick's
that.
Day. So it's thanks. I didn't realize it was that long. It's funny because time just passes by like crazy. So, and I got a comment here from somebody here. If you get stopped by a police officer for going too fast, be humble and do not repeat what your brother said. So okay, so my brother and I, we both like to go fast in our cars. And I remember the last time my brother got caught, he said, the officer said, sir, do you know how fast you're going? And my brother said, well, obviously not fast enough if you caught me. Well, he might have thought it was funny. The cops sure didn't, and he nailed him with a nice big ticket on that one. But no, you have to be humble and say, oh, I had no idea. I had no idea. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Just tell them that you were doing exploration drilling for Elon Musk's boring company and you were behind schedule.
There you go. That's it. Well, I like to say another excuse. I haven't tried this one yet, but I'm thinking about trying this one. I'm going to say, listen, sir, you're much younger than me, so you can't really appreciate this. But here's the way I look at it: 69 years of age. I don't have that much time left in the world, right? And I have a lot of things to do, so I have to hurry up and do them all now to get them all done before I die. I'm going to try that as an excuse. See if he buys into that. But anyway, let's get moving, folks. Let's move along here. Just an announcement here. Spy on the Market. This is a newsletter that goes out every Thursday morning. An interesting kind of a newsletter. We write this. Aaron and I write this thing together, and we send it out. It's just a very short 3-minute read, and it's actually pretty good. It's a free e-newsletter. You have to sign up for it by going to the website DayTradeSPY. Down on the right side, there's a couple places there you can subscribe. Actually, if you subscribe to anything or get the free ebook or whatever they're selling, just put your name on that and you'll get this newsletter. It's actually pretty good. It's very interesting. A lot of people love it, and people are actually looking forward to seeing it every Thursday morning. So just go to the website at daytradespy.com, log on, and get this free newsletter. Again, it's light, relevant, or irrelevant. It's entertaining. All right. Tonight's agenda, we're going to review last week, what we did. Take a look at next week. We're going to look into the 2 to 4K challenge. Sorry, 2 to 10K challenge. Your next steps and what you should do. And going to have a Q&A session. I was going to have an options primer, but we might skip that. I'm not really sure. We'll see if there are a lot of people that really want that. We'll see what happens. If not, then we're going to move along. So I don't want to keep this. I don't want to keep it too long here tonight because of the it is St. Patrick's Day, and we don't want to kind of keep you from any big parties and celebrations that you might have out there. So here's what happened last week, folks, real quick. Of course, it's not as important as to where you've been as much as where you're going, right? But last week, here's what we had on Monday: no news day, mostly technical trading, edged SPY a little bit higher to test that 512 level. And then Tuesday, we had some CPI numbers that come out. Brought SPY down initially, but there's some pent up demand. And when the traders realized that, I think it was at that 512 level where there's some pretty strong support. And I think you identified that on your indicators, Aaron. And the market started to go back up and broke through some pretty good resistance levels in one day. We actually rose several points to top out up there around that 517 level before the end of the day. On Wednesday, it was a relatively flat day after that big run up on Tuesday. We even had a little minor retracement back to 516. But by pre-market on Thursday, we hit a brand new high, all-time high, 518.32. I think that's an all-time high in SPY. I'm not really sure, actually. Maybe it isn't. You might be able to.
Oh no, you're right. It was the previous high was 518.22 from the previous Friday.
Yeah, I thought so. So we had a brand new high. Just wasn't sure if I went back far enough, but
yeah, 10 cents higher.
So the funny thing is we had actually some interesting news there. We had an inflationary PPI report and unemployment claims, but that was offset by anti-inflationary retail sales numbers, and that drove the stock down. Actually, it was the inflationary numbers that drove the stock down. Then we bounced around pretty good between that 513.5 up to 514.5, 515. We bounced around to end the day here closer to, I think we're just under 515. That was on Thursday. Friday, we came down. We actually ran up here. We have quadruple witching day and ex-dividend date. And normally, all things being equal, SPY generally drops as all do stocks options. Options drop by the value of the dividend that's declared. All right, and we end up closing just under 510 on that one. We dropped down to around 508.5, more or less, and then we ran up here before the end of the day. So ex-dividend day. So anybody holding SPY stock, not the option, just the stock, gets a dividend. All right, just gets a dividend. Now I think it's going to be paid out near the end of April for that dividend. So you got, I think, I'm not sure what the dividend was. I want to say about $1.30 or something, but don't quote me on that. So, but anyway, that's what that was. So seasonally, historically, here's what it looks like. We had SPY mostly flat over last week, and into the following week, we rose about a point, but not without some bounce in the interim. So going to be a fairly flat week now, just because the SPY moved a certain way in the last little while. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again, but it just might. So, and these seasonal charts, by the way, these seasonal charts are the for those who don't not understand what this is. Let me go back. That blue line at the top, that is where SPY is now, and that red line at the bottom is a composite of the last 5 years closing balance on the daily chart. Okay, last 5 years balance on the closing of the daily charts. So you can see how it moves, and chances are, if SPY is going in a certain direction with some strength on the seasonal chart, it just may well happen again this year as well. Looking at the numbers, S&P dropped 0.1% last week. We're still year to date 7.3% up. NASDAQ is up 6.4% year to date, and the Dow is up 2.7%. And we fell on all three. Well, actually, it was a zero here on the Dow, so it doesn't mean anything about a negative here. Let's try this. Let's get this off here. Okay, there we go. How's that? The NASDAQ dropped about 0.7%. SPY fell by about 0.1%. So markets are not always going to move up, but coming up here, got some interesting. We're gonna have an interesting week coming up. Monday, low or low news day. Not much is gonna happen on Monday. All right, but on Tuesday, we've got building permits, housing starts. But check this out. On Wednesday, we've got a Fed funds rate, FOMC press conference. A lot of activity here going to be on Wednesday afternoon. And if that's not enough, Thursday, we've got unemployment claims, flash manufacturing PMI, and also a flash services PMI report, and existing home sales. And on Friday, Fed Chair Powell speaks, and Fed members Barr, and who's pretty neutral, but Bostic also speak, and Bostic is rather hawkish. So we're going to see what happens here. So how does this turn into your trading? Well, you can expect volatility be low on Monday, moderate on Tuesday. Wednesday through Friday, expect volatility to be elevated, which means we can generally make some pretty good money on Wednesday through Friday with volatility. As long as we have the direction and strength right, I think we should be okay. All right, so extra care should be taken mid to the end of the week trading. Trade small, trade often. That's kind of our recommendation there. Excuse me. We burned through supper tonight, so that's why I got a bit of an upset stomach right now. If it sounds like I'm clearing my throat and sort of hiccups and that sort of thing here, but had to get it all down here before the start of the show. So hopefully it's going to be all right. Anyway,
you didn't go to the Irish bar and get some fish and chips today?
No corned beef and cabbage, no green beer, nothing like that.
Green beer? I didn't know they made green beer, but
it
sounds like an interesting trip.
Well, they put food coloring in beer is what it is, and then of course they all just everybody gets drunk and they start fighting. I don't know what they do, but anyway, those days are over for me, Aaron. I got to be honest with you. That ship has sailed. Now my night, an exciting night for me is to stay up till midnight, watching Netflix or something. But as a rule, all right, I kind of toning things down a little bit here and just kind of relaxing a little bit. And it's kind of tiring when you drive all day, and then the next day, and just kind of goes on forever. But
Yep.
anyway, that's it.
It's tiring for your tires also.
Oh yeah. I just had to do something here. Anyway, lots of opportunities, folks, all day, every day. All right. We show you how to spot them and how to trade them. And isn't that what you want? Isn't that exactly what you want? Hugh, show us, Aaron, show us where the opportunities are, how to get in, how to get out, how much we should make, what we should do, what should we do when the market turns against us? How do you trade this stuff? That's what we do. All right. Now, one of the things that we do is we currently have our project round number 3 of the 2 to 10K challenge. This is where we take $2,000 and turn it into $10,000 in 3 months. The first 2 times were very successful, came in a couple of days, 2, 3, 4 days under our targeted price, under our targeted exit date. And the third round here, we actually had a little bad luck here on February. Was it? Let me just go back and see it. Here it is, right here. Here on I got this cool drawing tool. Let's see if this works. Back here on February the 26th, took a bit of a hit at $1,485. Put us under the 8 ball. And wait, would that be in front of the 8 ball or behind the 8 ball? I can never know which one.
I think that was in front of the 8 ball. I think is when you're getting when you're getting chased, and then behind the 8 ball, that's when you have good luck. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think that too. It's something like that. Anyway, I'm only showing you part of the spreadsheet here since about February the 14th. So we started this actually on January the 29th, and we expect to hit our $10,000 profit by April the 29th. So here's what happened to put us behind. So here are the columns. Excuse me, the date, the trade number, and the beginning balance, and our profit target. And here's how you do it. So there's a lot of things that you can pick up on these free webinars on Sunday nights. Number one is use a spreadsheet to plan out your trading career, right? Your trading plan. If it just mows along, whatever, whatever happens. If you have, it's like if you're going somewhere, I mean, you're going to get to where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to get there, but you don't know if that's really where you want to be. I'm sure that if we didn't have a map to go back home, we'd probably get lost, probably take all kinds of detours. I might circle around, go to, I don't know, Alabama or Iowa, or work my way back into Illinois, and eventually maybe find my way back to New York. But I think by having a map, I can say, well, I think if this road is open and I can take this, and and I'm going to get there, and I'm going to get there in the allotted time that I have planned. Well, that's the way you should do it with your trading as well. So if you have a plan, you're going to probably achieve your plan, or at least be able to identify if you can't. Where's the pitfalls. So one of the pitfalls I use here, you'll notice these cells here. You see a green there and a pink there and another green over here. Well, the green I put in here for right there. There's a green.
Oh, that's good. You're coming in with the green.
See the green? There you go.
Yeah.
So these here, if if I have a really, really good day or something unusual happens, then I'll put a green for good, red for not so good. So back here, and I'm going to remove these so that I don't mess them all up. Back here, all right. You can see my cursor here.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that green, what happened there was we actually had a position that we held overnight, and the next day, okay, so we believe it was actually the NVIDIA earnings trade, and we believed that it was going to be good. It was going to move the market up, so we held on to that trade. We did not close it out that day. So it turned out the market shot up. In pre-market, we had an unbelievable gain of $2,368, which should have blasted through our target price, which was more than what we initially had set up. But a lot of people, I guess, missed it, or they didn't think it was, I don't know, fair or something. That was a little bit of a stretch or something, even though that's what really happened. I said, okay, fine, we're going to go back and we're just going to put in our initial target, which was, I think, whatever it was. I think, I don't know, 74. Well, we made $144 that day, with the other way.
Oh,
So,
you did adjust. Oh, so you did adjust that because it actually should have been like double. We should be like already.
oh,
We should be
totally, exactly true. That's my point, right?
that the price of the option almost doubled. So some people that were in the trading room that actually held on, the price like went from like three, was it
306,
yeah,
and
to
we
like
sold it for
six six oh two.
602.
Yeah, and then it went even higher. It went to like $7.50.
Yeah.
Some people in the trading room were even making money on our observation that was going to continue to go higher. There's a lot of people that were and I believe we were filming this from Las Vegas. I mean,
Yes.
not my room, but that would
No.
have been interesting. But filming doing the show from Las Vegas. So um we had really good luck in Las Vegas with that, as well as uh we had really good luck in Las Vegas with that, as well as at the blackjack tables. I had good luck, and I think you had a streak of good luck. So we all had good luck, but we toned it down just a little bit for those of people that may have taken profits a little bit earlier or
Yeah.
had gotten out of the trade. So we were incredibly transparent with that particular position.
We were so unfair to ourselves, but anyway, it's okay. It's okay. I said, nope, it's not a problem. We'll do that. We'll do that. Not a problem. But sometimes you got to take it when you get it, right? So,
Correct.
and then on the 26th, I had a little bad luck there. I got into a bad spot, and I said, I don't like where this is going. Something had changed. I thought I'm just going to cut my losses, and I dropped. So I was down 1485. Put us back here. There's the actual balance versus the ending balance that is sort of the budgeted balance there, but and then there's the budget variance. So we're down about 1472, but we've been inching that up ever since, and now we're currently $476 ahead of ourselves right here, and which actually puts us about 3 days ahead of ourselves. We right now have $5,222 to work with, and we made $500 on Friday. And there's your green bar there that we did actually a really good day there too. So, which actually is pretty good. Kind of gets you ahead of the game. So if things continue the way they do, I expect to hit our target a little bit before April the 29th. So, and that's what we do. So what is this challenge all about? Oh, there it is. I just brought up a little bit higher, so you can see a little bit easier. Well, we've got some rules here, starting with $2,000, and we only trade profits as they settle, which is the next day, using a cash account. So those pattern day trade rules do not apply this way. Anybody and everybody can get in, right? You can all get into this thing, no problem. We buy first, then we sell, calls and puts using our standard setups. There are no, naked trades. There's no spreads, nothing fancy like that. Just buy first, then sell, calls and puts. We track it on the spreadsheet. This is what I showed you there. These results are reported in the inner circle follow-up every day, and we record the gains and losses net of commissions, which I have as a dollar a contract. Our goal, $10,000 by April the 29th, and we're on track for that. Executed in our live daily trading room. You can see this every single day, right? Every single day. So what are you supposed to do with this? You're supposed to partake in our programs, trade with us or trade against us. That's your next steps. And this is how you're going to make money. So those of you who are actually really, really smart and on the ball, are going to say, you know what? I like these guys. Even if I don't like them, I don't like them. I especially don't like Hugh. His jokes are so bad, but at least, I like Aaron because he's a nice guy. And he's, and he'll show me the way to do it because he's much smarter. But, but anyway, you're gonna say to yourself, maybe I should, hook my wagon onto theirs, because if they're making money kind of on a consistent basis, maybe I will too, right? Maybe that's the way it should be. So let's do that. Why don't you join us? So here's the programs that we have. People kept asking us, well, what do you have? What programs? Because there's so much stuff that we have on the website that it's hard to differentiate between what we have and what we don't. So, folks, you have solid goal, learn and earn actionable plans that you can invoke right away. Right away. You don't have to be online for months and months before you make your first nickel. You can go join us right away and make some money right away. And this is all exclusive through DayTradeSPY. So number one, the inner circle. Morning market analysis. You get this every morning just after 9 o'clock. You also get a follow-up report later in the day as to what we actually did, including all those other trades like the 2 to 10K challenge and what we did in the trading room and anything else. And you'll also be invited to our Tuesday night interactive meetups. These are recorded and they are live, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And Aaron, you've been doing these things, and tell us a little bit about what these Tuesday night sessions are like and what they're all about.
Sure, of course. Yeah. The last few weeks, I've been manning the helm on that ship, as well as the beta group on Fridays. Um, so we really just dive into what happened this last week in the markets with the inner circle pre-market analysis as well as a post-market analysis. We do a review of that for about 10 minutes. Then we go into what we think that the market's going to do for the rest of the week. We also talk about the news events that are important. We talk about what happened the last week as well as what's going to be happening for the rest of the week and into next week, from Tuesday to the following, from the past Wednesday to the following Tuesday. We also talk about we usually have a mini session of an idea or a program that we think that is relevant to traders. Last couple of weeks, though, we've been looking at a deep dive into technicals because we've been in all-time highs. We've been looking at possible retracements near these all-time highs around the 518 level. So people just really love it. I get so many good comments and feedback from subscribers about it. We have Bruce, our resident MD psychiatrist, as well as Michael M, as well as a few others that really love the technicals and like it when I show my perspective and ideas, because it helps with the rest of the trading week, to be honest with you. So we also have ideas. People talk about, they have questions, so it's a really good place where you can go to ask what's going on in the market. Maybe you have a particular issue that you're going through in your trading. You want some understanding as well. So it's really great, and a lot of people love it. So definitely important for traders that are trading with us. And I don't know if you're going to mention it all, but I do think we do have the Spy Society at DayTradeSPY, where you get all of our services for one set price. That the inner circle is included in that, and any additional enhancements to the inner circle room are also going to be included in that as well. So thank you all for that. Sorry, I think that pretty much sums it up. But one thing I did want to mention is the great thing about the inner circle is that you do get, I call it the golden paragraph, or the golden the golden area of the pre-market analysis, where you get your support and resistance levels, where I think that the market could bounce off of during the day, as well as kind of an idea of what we're looking at and what we're tracking for some of these longer term ideas and trading ideas, as well as the context of the market. So if you're holding on to trades throughout the rest of the day, and maybe you're not in our trading room yet, it would be a great option for you.
Totally. Thanks for that. The inner circle, by the way, is less than $1,000 a year. Are you kidding me? If you're really not sure, just buy quarterly, $275 a quarter. Look, you know how easy it is to lose $275. I mean, you can lose that instantly. And I don't have to tell you that. If you've been trading at all, you know how easy it is to lose even $1,000. Invest in yourself before you invest in the stock market, right? Invest in yourself first. Aaron mentioned we have a resident shrink. Although I think that he probably is analyzing us more than the market. Aaron, he's probably wondering what makes these guys tick anyway. I don't get it. But
he is quite a character. Yes, talking about the I'm a direct descendant of a woman that was accused of being a witch in Salem, and we had triple witching day uh, last uh, last Friday, and so we talked about that and kind of had a little bit of a theme going on for witches and talking about Salem, which is I'm actually going to be going up to Salem, Massachusetts in a couple weeks actually, and I told him about my grandmother, and he looked her up on Wikipedia, and he even gave her a funny a nickname, Auntie Ab. You know, her name was Abigail Faulkner. And she was actually pardoned by the governor of Massachusetts because she was pregnant while she was in prison in jail there in the town
Wow.
of Salem, Massachusetts. So and we had some funny comments about how I could predict the market was because we could look in the crystal ball and whatnot, and probably runs in the genes, and it's a good thing that my grandmother was pardoned because that's the only way I'd be here right now. So. You
Unbelievable.
you have a descendant of a woman that was pardoned by the governor, right in your
There you
midst.
go. There you go. Wow. We are privileged. We are privileged.
Most of
All
the
right.
time, yes, unless you have to listen to my puns and my jokes. But I
That's
also appreciate
well,
the laughs.
you gotta take the bad with the good, right? You know, whatever the saying is. So. All right. Next up, if you don't, a lot of people love the day trade spy signal. This is great if you just like to trade a lot. And this is just another program. 3 to 5 times a week, you get the signal. All right. It's algorithm based. I get at the same time you do. It's sent to your email, cell phone as a text, immediately buy within 2 minutes, and right away put it up for sale for a 5% gain. If it's not sold by 4 o'clock, by the end of the closing bell, just sell it for the market price. This has been working extremely well, and it's only $14.95 a year, or $3.99 a quarter, or $149 a month if you want to give it a roll like that. If you really don't like it in 2 weeks, 14-day, 100% money back guaranteed. Um, Not too many people cancel that. Okay. I think you can count on one hand the number of people actually cancel that. So that's really pretty cool. Next up, the pick of the day. Pick of the day. Now, this here, I actually had a couple of questions. Well, how do you trade that? And how do you trade everything? So the signal and the pick, here's how you trade it. You buy it at the limit price. All right. Everything we do is at limit price. I don't use market orders. I use limit orders and buy it immediately. So if it's going in your direction, buy it immediately. If it's going against you, just wait until it turns around on the 1 minute chart, then get in and buy it. Okay. Put up for sale right away. Pick of the day. This is determined. Aaron and I get together before the market. We discuss all the inputs that we look at. All right. And there's a lot of them that he and I look at. We get into the deep dive analysis. We get into our various technical analysis. We look at the fundamentals. We look at seasonals. We look at everything. Throw it all into a big blender, and then it comes out calls or puts. Which one are we going to do? And which option? Which expiration date? Which one? And then we email that to you. You're going to get that right after 9 o'clock Eastern. Buy it immediately at the market open. As soon as the bid ask spread settle nice and tight within 2-3 cents of each other on the 1 minute chart. If it's going in your favor, buy right away. If it's going against you, wait until it turns back around. You see the pressure back going on your 1 minute chart, then get in. Sell it for 6% good till canceled order. And if you have to hold it overnight, do so. It's not a problem. Cost here is what? 14 for, again, same thing, less than $1,500 a year or $3.99 a quarter. This too has been working extremely well. And again, you get a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee if it's really not your cup of tea. All right. Our favorite thing that we do here is the trading room. Every morning, 9:20 Eastern, we get together. Aaron and I, we present this no matter where we are, what we do. This is interactive. You'll be interacting with Aaron and myself. Learn and earn as you're making some money here. Fully narrated where our strategies come alive, folks. Every morning, 9:20 to 10:30. We don't monopolize your whole day. It's not a coffee club or a drop-in center at all. It's an event. You're going to come in. You're going to hear what the news is that it's going to be moving the markets today. You're going to listen to the technical indicators, how they line up, and watch us. You're going to watch us trade. We're going to discuss our trades. We review our trades. We see why we're doing what we're doing. You're going to see it all. All right. The price is only $6.99 a quarter. Solid gold, folks. This stuff is absolutely solid gold. Again, if you don't like it in 2 weeks, let us know. You get your money back. This is the best value. All right. This is totally best value. If you know what calls and puts are, then you need to be here. All right. You don't have to know our strategies, nothing like that. This is where we teach all that stuff. All right. But if you don't know what calls and puts are, well, we need to have a little sort of side discussion on that. But if you just even know what calls and puts are, this is where you're going to learn how to put it all together. And this is what really makes us money. Every morning we make money on this every morning. So we have a lot of fun too. Actually, we have a lot of fun. Next up, the Ultimate Trading Workshop. So if you are brand new to trading, you really want to know what all this is about, and you want to get ahead of the game, buy this package right here. It's hosted by Aaron and myself. You get 11 recorded webinars. We did this months ago. We recorded them, and they're all yours. Each is about an hour and a half in length. Unlimited access for at least 6 months. We have to say that for legal purposes, but the reality is we have yet to bump anybody after 6 months. And you're going to get everything we do. All right, everything we do. We teach what we trade, trade what we teach. You're going to learn everything from fundamentals, money management, technical strategies, everything. Get that confidence, get those repair skills, master Aaron's deep dive analysis. That alone is solid gold. Aaron's deep dive analysis is absolute solid gold. And before Eagle took us over a year and a half ago, this was, I won't say it was flying off the shelves, but it was a pretty brisk sales at $3,500. All right. Eagle bought us out and they said, oh, we're going to bring it down to $995 for a 2-week special. This is a 2-week special right here. But here's the kicker. To this day, as I understand, at least the last I saw a couple of days ago, the IT people don't even, let me just show you this. I want to really tell you this here, folks. Spy video, stop the video. Can you see me at all, Aaron? You can't see me. Why is my video not working here?
Oh, I can see you. Yeah, I can see
You
you.
see me. Okay. I can't see where, hang on. I know what I got to do. I want to tell you this, and I'm really going to look at, you're not going to believe this. Eagle, in all their infinite wisdom and resources, they're a public company. They have resources at their fingertips of massive amounts of skills and whatever they need, they got, right? So these IT people were supposed to keep this thing out for like 2 weeks at a very special price of $995. But I don't think anybody is actually, they haven't taken it off yet. I think they forgot about it. And maybe nobody's put in a ticket to actually do this. So we didn't say anything. We just keep telling you. And I know it's obvious that they're not watching these Sunday night sessions because they're 9 to 5 people, right? So they're not watching these sessions. So hey, I'm going to keep promoting it to you guys and gals. Look at get in the program here, wherever it is. Let's see, where's that thing here? Go to daytradespy.com and here it is right here. Let me pull it up. And I couldn't believe it. Daytradespy.com. And let me see if I can pull it up here. Right here. Can you see this? I think you can see this, right? Up at the
Yeah.
top. Oh, where'd I go? Up at, oh, I think I lost it here. Hang on. Okay, hang on a second. Day trade. I'm not a big fan of laptops. I use them because I have to in an emergency. But there it is right there. Go to the Ultimate Training Workshop right there, folks. See, it says Ultimate. Click on that and click here to learn more. So you click on that, scroll down. So you get all of these webinars. Everything is right there in one package. Yes, it's going to take you a few hours to go through it, but you can pause, fast forward, rewind, the whole works. Learn everything we do right there, right there. Aaron talks about Fibonacci, Andrew's pitchfork. We get into support resistance. I get into chart patterns, our strategies, our out of the morning gate strategies, our bread and butter strategies, our scalping strategy. It's all there, right there. Aaron's 1+1 = 3, and scroll right down to the bottom here. Look at this special Day Trade Spy Ultimate Trading Workshop at $995. If you get this now, you're going to get this. Go through this package and learn everything we do. And then after that, then just jump into the trading room. All right. So I'm going to show you that right there. All right. That's pretty cool. There. I'm taking the video off to so I don't have some bandwidth issues. That's the only reason I'm doing that. So anyway, that's what that's all about. All right, and that's the Ultimate Trading Workshop. All right, next time we do have some other online workshops, which you're going to find on our website. Power scalping trading workshop. We just did this a couple weeks ago, which was actually really incredible. We had a lot of people love it. They just did incredibly well with it. How to repair trades gone bad. All kinds of cool things there, and it's only $249 each. Um, I think I had a question about somebody couldn't make it to the workshop the other day. Do we have a recording of it? I think what you want to do is contact customer support at DayTradeSPY and ask them about that. Excuse me, and then maybe they'll still give it to you a special price of $199. I don't know, but even at $249, it's a steal. It's a steal. And Aaron was talking about this lifetime membership. This it's called, what do they call it? Society Day Trade Spy Society, I think they called it.
Yes, it's called the Day Trade Spy Society, correct?
Now, Aaron, is this thing still available? I know it had a sort of a limited offer.
Yeah, they do have a limited offering from time to time. It does look like it's still available right now. The last I saw it, but they did send out an email last week actually about upgrading memberships for those of you that are already a member. But it does include the trading room, the pick of the day, the signal, the inner circle, the ultimate trading workshop. It also includes any webinars that we've done up until this point, as well as any one-off workshops. So it's really a no-brainer to those of you that are really interested in our services. So
I think I should mention too, it's everything we did up to this point. So if we have any new programs that are coming out after you buy this, that doesn't apply. Okay, that's going to be over and above. So I think that's that. So it's everything up until then. All right. So now, okay, it looks like I might have an issue with my my program. Let me get back into this here. If I hit the slideshow, I just sort of bumped out here. There we go. All right. So now let's open up to any questions or comments you might have. Aaron, let me see if there's any questions any of these people have here. Okay, so we're not going to talk about your specific trades that refer back to the trading room. That's where those questions belong. We're going to be in the trading room tomorrow morning. I should tell you that I'm going to be traveling. So, Aaron, if you can handle the trading room kind of on your own, I'm probably going to be coming in on my cell phone on the road. I'm not really
yeah,
sure yet. We'll see what happens. I still might, I don't know, might check out a little bit later and just stay here and do it. I'll see. But you're okay on your own, I'm sure. So if
sure.
you know,
Yep,
but I'll probably just chime in, as a participant or something or whatever.
sure, of
So,
course.
all right. So what questions do we have?
Sure. Well, we do have first question I see for me was, what was the first stock that you owned? Do you remember? Back in the day, I was actually looking through the stock charts. I saw Marvel and a few others, but I was actually playing the penny stocks, so I don't actually remember the penny stocks that I was playing with. But I did own a large position in Amazon, and that was when it was 92 $95 a share at that point. So I did own some options in Amazon at that point, when it was around 92. Obviously, that that it's around 3,000 and something now. I don't really follow it anymore, but yeah. Did you want to talk about eh, so any of the pick of the day questions here, Hugh, or did you want to
Well, there's some generic questions about the pick of the day. How do you trade it? I think I saw a question there. We use limit orders. How do you exit? I put up for sale for 6% profit target. If it doesn't fill the same day, which is rare, usually it fills fairly quickly. But if it doesn't fill the same day, I can hold that one overnight, and then we assess where the market is going. We generally on Mondays and Tuesdays will buy the same week's expiration Fridays. Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays will buy the following Friday's expiration. So you do have some time in there with which you can let it, come into its profit. And markets do change all the time. And I think if anybody's sitting in some some call options for next Friday. For example, if you happen to be in that, just let's see what happens Monday, Tuesday. And you may want to repair them, or we'll suggest that maybe it'd be time to just cut losses or something. But we generally don't use stop losses on those, or even trailing stops. But there are times when the market just simply turns against you, as those outlier trades. Every now and then you get just one where it just totally goes against you. So, you do have to look at that. You can't ignore it either. So, but we do use limit orders, and I don't know, Aaron. I'm probably going to work out something with this whole stop loss situation. I know that it generally does not work for options on SPY the way you think it would. You'll get pulled out of it a lot faster and a lot more times than you're going to make money. And sometimes you just have to exercise patience, and it generally comes back in your direction.
Yep, correct. So there's some pluses and minuses. I come from a futures background where we do use stop losses, but we have mentioned, especially in the beta group, 0-day to expiration trades with stop losses, or longer term trades with stop losses. Also, position sizing is very important. If you have a $100,000 account, you shouldn't be risking more than 10% of your account per any position that you have in the markets. In general, I risk a lot less, but in general, you should not be doing that. In futures markets, we say 2% or less, but in general, but for things like the 2 to 10K challenge, well, when this is all about building up your capital and having fun while you're doing it. So we do take a little bit more of a risk with that, but we're taking very, very high probability trades further out, so that they are you do not have as much of a risk because of the way the options are set. You have enough time to wiggle out of a trade if you are in a trade that goes bad. But those are very high probability trades that we take in that as well. There was a specific question about there was no trade for pick of the day on Thursday. That happens sometimes when we think that the market could possibly be in an indecision mode, or possibly near a resistance or a support point. That's to protect you. I used to say that we have little gremlins in the background that give us the pick of the day. That's actually not true. Hugh actually came out and blew our cover. We actually talk early in the morning which directions that we think that the pick of the day is going to go. And if we don't agree on a pick of the day, sometimes we don't have a trade recommendation. So we do that to protect you, to protect your capital. So if my crystal ball isn't as clear that day, or maybe Hugh's crystal ball isn't that clear that day, and we don't come to agreement on something, then we don't have a pick for that day. That hasn't happened in quite some time, because since October 31st, when the SpaceX rocket on SPY took off to the moon, that we'd actually predicted in not Las Vegas, from Orlando, we had predicted that there could possibly be a market reversal from the 127.2% Fibonacci extension. The market went straight up near that 411 area, all the way up to where we're at, near 516. Over 100 points, folks. That's pretty crazy. That's nearly a 20% jump in the SPY price. So that's phenomenal. So but we've been pretty much straight up. So now we're looking to see, are we topping out? Are we going to continue? We do have some news tomorrow. SMCI, a member pointed this out, that it's coming to the S&P 500 tomorrow. I think Whirlpool is getting out of the S&P 500, and it's being replaced by SMCI, which makes sense because we're coming into a new industrial age, the artificial intelligence age. And also NVIDIA has some news released tomorrow afternoon, folks. If you are interested in NVIDIA, you might want to take advantage of that. Not really sure exactly what direction the market's going to go on that, but I do have a friend that thinks it's going to go up tomorrow into Wednesday, or actually into Tuesday. So you might want to take that some calls if you're interested, but don't risk too much.
We generally don't talk about other stocks like that. We're just all SPY all the time.
Yeah,
But
unless
this
it's
is kind
something
of
that's
a
obvious.
sidebar. Yeah, well, something like that, maybe, if you want to try that. So here's a question. Why does FINRA restrict you only to simulated trades while you're teaching? I don't know why, but they do. They don't like us. They don't want us showing real charts, real trades. I don't know. It's just one of the rules. So we have to abide by the rules on that. So, but we do talk about real numbers. Okay, so when we do throw out numbers like that, those are real, actual numbers. But we're only allowed to show you sim accounts, but they're the same as the real. They're the same as the real. I'm just not allowed to show you what I'm doing in real, but that's okay. All right. All right. What are the quick questions here before we wrap it up here? Again, a lot of these questions pertain to things that should be dealt with in the trading room or on the Tuesday night webinars. Here's a question here. Somebody, rule number 3 and something here. If the trade is in a loss, assess the situation by determining what is your risk tolerance. We assess the situation when the loss is around 65%. That is when we'll either determine to keep the status quo average down or simply sell it for loss. No follow-up instructions will be sent out on what to do with the trade. The option is under your discretion on what to do, not yours alone. Not sure there's not a question with that, but that's correct. We do not send out follow-up emails to these picks. It is up to you to determine what you want to do with them. These are high probability trades. Aaron mentioned this earlier. I want to stress that these trades are designed to work. Okay, and they are high probability. Now, it might not happen right away. Might even turn against you. There might be a little bit of retracement first before it comes back in your direction. But if you just stay with it, it will probably come back into your favor. So what that rule is that he's talking about here with the pick today is that if you do hit a 65% loss on your option, you have to look at it. I'm not saying you have to dump it right away, not at all. Look and see, why did it go down? How much time is left? Is this repairable? Should it be repaired? Should it just let it come back organically on its own? There's all these things, and these are things we discuss in the trading room as well. Or as a last resort, dump it. If it really is, in fact, not repairable, or it looks like it's going to be just a dud, maybe it's time to just cut it. Okay, but these are all trades that we have to determine at that point. So, what does average down mean? It means you're buying more. You're actually putting more money into this thing to bring your average cost down. Okay. All right, let's see here. I want to kind of run through this quickly because like I said, I don't want to keep you here. Thanks for that, Phil. He says excellent new graphics. We like to change it up every now and then here, so thanks so much for that. Okay. I'm not sure if this is real here. Danny says he was in Chicago on St. Patrick's Day once. They shut the city down and dyed the river green. Not sure they had to dye it green. But anyway, a huge parade was carrying cases of green beer. Big deal there. It's a big deal everywhere, I guess. And it is behind the 8 ball. That's bad. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Some other quick questions. I think we're gonna call it a day here. I'm just scanning some of these questions here real quick. I'm fairly new here. My first trade was no trade day on Thursday. Can you tell us why you made that decision? I think we just answered that for you, Tracy. We did not have a good decision, a strong. So if we don't have a good consensus on which way the market's going to go, we're going to have a no trade day. All right. So we have a couple sayings. One is if when our indicator. So Aaron and I, when our indicators unite, our trades ignite. So he has a different set of indicators that I do. So we both have completely separate, completely different indicators. And if he says market's going up and I say the market's going up, you might want to buy calls because it's probably going to go up. All right. Obviously, the converse is true with puts. We have another saying that, what is it? I'd rather not be in a trade wishing I was than to be in a trade wishing I wasn't. That too is actually a pretty good thing. And there's a lot of truth to that. Okay. A lot of truth to that. And my favorite saying, if you want what I have, you got to do what I do. That's my favorite saying. All right. Phil H is saying the recording for scalping is available. If you missed our scalping workshop a couple of weeks ago, you might want to contact customer support. Not sure they're going to give you the same deal or not, but it doesn't hurt to ask them. I think they were selling for what, $199 or something. Regular price is what, $249. So might save yourself $50 if you had just asked for it. and the recording was great. We had two great trades during that thing as well. That workshop was really pretty good.
Yeah.
And
And that put from the high was actually a reversal trade that went all the way down like a few dollars. So if anybody stayed in that, that was actually a great trade. Danny says that they dye the Chicago River green for the celebration for St. Patrick's Day.
yeah,
So and they walk around with green beers. So that must be a lively celebration. I should probably check out Chicago next year for St. Patrick's Day.
yeah, or they just say they die of green. I don't know
Yeah.
what the rules. How will Hughes travel affect the 2 to 10K challenge? Okay, that's a good question. So tomorrow we got training. Because I'm traveling, I probably will not be doing the 2 to 10K challenge tomorrow. Just so you know, if you're waiting for it. Depends on if we're going to be on or not. We're gonna have it, and Aaron's going to run the room, whether I'm going to be on as a host or a participant. If I'm just on as a participant while in the car, I will probably not do the 2 to 10K challenge, but that's okay. We're about 3 days ahead of ourselves on that anyway. Things are going to get back to normal on Tuesday, not a problem. So that's fine there. So let me see here. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Thanks all these comments here. Have a safe trip back and all that stuff. So what is meant by repairable? Okay, so if you get in a bad trade, you might be able to fix it up, but you are putting more money into it. So we have to make sure that we have lots of time. We have to make sure that the market, there's a reason that it's going to go back in our direction, that there's a catalyst, that there's the good setup. Maybe we're breaking up through resistance. I think we had the situation, was it Friday or Thursday or something? The market really tanked and then it started to come back up. And after I said that if it breaks this resistance level, buy back in and possibly do a repair. And I know a lot of people did, and they actually made a lot of money because they're able to put more money into it, bring the average cost down. Then when the shot right back up to where it was, they end up walking with double-digit gains, whereas otherwise they would have had a loss. All right, let me see what else we have here going on. I think it's 9:11 now. I didn't want to keep here too long, so and yeah, we're going to call it a day at that. I think we pretty well covered everything that I want to cover here today. So what else do I want to say? There's something else I want to say here. I can't remember now what it was. We talked about tomorrow, back to normal on Tuesday. And I guess that's about it. So
I have somebody talking about don't trade and drive.
well, sorry, what?
Don't trade and drive. They were trying to remind you
Don't
to.
trade and drive. Don't trade and
Yeah.
drive. Yeah. 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 My wife's on to me on that. So, you got to stop that. You can't trade and drive. And at the same time, you're drinking coffee and eating a bagel and all this other stuff while you're driving. You're driving with your
Reading
feet,
the Wall Street Journal. Yeah.
and with your knees. You know how you put your knees up to the steering wheel while you're doing other stuff.
You know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy is that my lady, I hope your wife's not listening. My lady, she has kind of some attention problems, and she gets she gets really fidgety, with her hands, and she's been crocheting like doll clothes for our daughter, and like knitting different stuff. And now whenever she's at a red light, she just breaks out her needles and starts knitting. I'm like, are you serious? Like, when she was younger, it could have been lipstick and eyeliner, and I'm like, now it's needles, really? Pay attention, I tell her. So,
You're actually on thin ice when you say that, because she's just as likely to take those needles and stick them in your eyes if you
probably.
All right. Somebody asked me, where's your dog? I miss your dog. There she is, my lovely Lucy. Love her so much. Can't wait to get back and see her. With that, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all for joining us. See you. Hopefully, listen, sign up, gang. Sign up. All right. Don't hesitate. Every day you miss on this, you're losing out. Right. So you want to get there as soon as possible. Thanks so much, Aaron. See you in the morning.
Good luck, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
And trust the process to keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what I'm seeing. You can have it if you dream it. Just be brave and you'll achieve it all. just shout it.